Those were very big words. It's mostly not true. Anyway, lot of familiar faces. Hello, doctor. Hi, Dr. Shantipriya. Hi, Mr. Shankar. Madam, you spoke so beautifully, Saraswati Madam, you and your husband. And I think after that, I was just ready to leave. I was like, there's nothing more to say. Both of you, excellent. I was just being very fidgety and saying it's getting late for me, but really amazing. I could just sit and listen the whole day to what both of you were saying. I want to agree to everything that you said. When you first said, don't call it Parkinson's disease, that is the first thing that members taught us. So we don't call them patients, we call them members. They told Sudha, there are no disease illa, so don't call it a disease. So in our community, we call it Parkinson's disorder. We never call patients with PD, we say members or people affected with PD. The terminology you use for everything is very important in how you look at them, right? I really have nothing to add here because all of you are doing such amazing work. I know Dr. Shantipriya's story is extremely inspiring, and I know how Mr. Shankar leads his life so well. And I just heard both of you talk, very, very inspiring. So there's nothing more I can say, but I'll just give some statistics for all of you to just keep in mind. This statistics is not like a published research, nothing. This is just based on the work that we do at Parivartan and what we have assimilated, right? A support group is a huge responsibility. We have over 250 members or 260 members in our community right now. They're spread in Chennai, across Tamil Nadu, outside Tamil Nadu, right? Our coordinator, Dhanlakshmi, is here. She makes 250 minimum phone calls per month. She asks members how they do, so we know exactly if they've had a fall, if they've had an infection, if they went to a urologist. So we have a complete health update on what is going on with them. And if there is one request for, say, a physiotherapist is needed, she at least has to make minimum 5 phone calls to the physiotherapist, to the center, to the person. Once the physiotherapy starts, are they happy? Is the person attending to them regularly? After a month, another follow-up. If somebody is sick, depending on the degree of the sickness, the phone calls vary. Either it's every day, if they're too sick. If they're hospitalized, again, everyday phone calls. If they're marginally sick, once in 2 days. So the amount of phone calls that she makes in a month or in a week is enormous. We know when the children get married. We know when they graduate. When the children come and visit from abroad and members suddenly are not in touch, that's because they're happy and they don't need the support group that time. So we know that. So there is a lot of emotional investment that happens in a support group. So I kindly request that there are more support groups in the city, because one group cannot fulfill the needs that is just increasing day by day. I was just telling the Metronics team, when I started Parivartan in 2014 along with a couple of others who were affected with Parkinson's, in 2016 I opened the papers to see on Parkinson's Day is the word even mentioned. Not a single newspaper carried anything on Parkinson's at all. That was 2016-17. And today, this year, there's so much happening. And still, this is tip of the iceberg. More needs to happen. Awareness needs to increase. Almost 95 to 98% of the people affected by PD have heard the term Parkinson's the first time they were diagnosed. Almost 80% of our members are not aware of TBS. Almost 50 to 65% of our members are older and live alone. Their children either live abroad or they live outside their homes. So you have an older population, an ailing spouse, the other spouse also having challenges physically and emotionally, and they are alone. And the children are the most traumatized in the US. Calls after calls, what can I do for my parent, what can I do for my mother? So I think most of the counseling goes off for the caregivers. So when you start a support group, it is a great interest of mine that there are more groups, and it is a great excitement of mine that our burden will be shared. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. If somebody is doing something well, we would like to just pass on that to that person. So let this thrive well. Everybody, please do a great job. The need of the community is great. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much.